Have you ever worked somewhere that just felt off? I'm not talking about annoying coworkers or a boss who micromanages. I mean a place with a real, unsettling vibe. A place with secrets. Today, I want to tell you about the strangest office I ever worked in. A place with a hidden history and doors that were never, ever supposed to be opened. It was my first job out of college, working for a small data archiving company. The building itself was old, a repurposed warehouse from the early 20th century. On the surface, it was just a typical, slightly rundown office. But the longer I worked there, the more I noticed things. Cold spots in a perfectly heated room. The faint, unexplainable sound of machinery running late at night, long after everyone had gone home. Whispers that seemed to come from empty hallways. The weirdness really centered around the basement. We called it the underground. It wasn't on any of the official floor plans. Access was through a single, heavy steel door at the back of the first-floor storage room, a door that was always locked. The official company line was that it was an old, unstable part of the foundation and was off-limits for safety reasons. But the older employees, the ones who'd been there for decades, they had different stories. They'd talk in hushed tones about what the building used to be. Some said it was a clandestine factory during the war. Others whispered it was a private laboratory for some eccentric industrialist. All the stories had one thing in common. Something happened down there. Something bad. They said that's why the company got the buildings so cheap. One of the strangest rules we had was about the doors. On every floor, at the far end of the main corridor, there was a small, unmarked wooden door. They were painted the same color as the walls, almost camouflaged. They didn't have doorknobs, only old-fashioned keyholes. The rule was simple. You do not try to open these doors. You do not ask what's behind them. You just ignore them. Of course, that just made everyone more curious. I once saw a new hire get fired on the spot for jiggling the handle of one of those doors. The manager didn't even yell. He just got this pale, terrified look on his face, told the guy to pack his things, and escorted him out of the building. It was a serious overreaction, and it scared all of us. My curiosity finally got the better of me late one evening. I was working overtime, finishing up a big project. The office was dead silent, except for the hum of my computer and the occasional creak of the old building settling. As I was heading out, I passed by the forbidden door on the third floor. On this night, for the first time, I noticed something I'd never seen before. A thin sliver of light was leaking from under it. My heart started pounding. Every instinct screamed at me to just leave, to go home and forget I ever saw it. But I couldn't. I crept closer, my footsteps echoing in the empty hall. I knelt down and tried to peek through the keyhole. It was blocked, but I could hear something. A faint, rhythmic tapping sound. Tap, tap, tap. It was steady, methodical. And then I heard a voice. It was a low, raspy whisper, and it said one word, help. I scrambled backward, falling over in my haste. The noise of my fall must have been heard, because the light under the door instantly vanished. The tapping stopped. The silence that followed was heavier and more terrifying than any sound I had ever heard. I didn't even grab my coat. I just ran. I ran out of the office, out of the building, and I never went back. I emailed my resignation the next day, citing personal reasons. They never asked any questions. To this day, I have no idea what was behind that door or what secrets were hidden in the underground of that building. Some doors are kept closed for a reason. And sometimes, the scariest thing in the world is the job you have to go to every single day. What do you think? Have you ever had a creepy experience at your workplace? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this story, be sure to like and subscribe for more. Stay safe out there.